This is about defending democracy. This is no longer Democrats versus Republicans. What do you want your kids to believe in? There must be give and take.
This is White Flag with Joe Walsh.
Fear. I can't emphasize this enough. How the right uses fear to get people to support them, to get voters out. I think this is so important to hear. I know I've talked about it before. We need to talk about it again. We're less than 90 days away from the election. Donald Trump and MAGA and the right is using fear as much as they can to win this election. They are trying to scare the fuck out of their voters, to get their voters out to vote. Now think about that for just a moment. That's what you've got? That's how you're trying to win? You're trying to scare voters into voting for you? You're appealing to their fears, their base instincts, their worries, their concerns. This is what the right does. This is what the right has done for a long, long time. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not of the left. I am still of the right. I come from the right. I come from right-wing media. I come from right-wing politics. I know of what I speak because I used to do this. I used to do this when I was a member of Congress. I used to do this when I had my syndicated talk radio show. I used to scare my listeners into listening to me. I used to know, I knew that if I could get them wound up, if I could get them inflamed, if I could get them scared to death about stuff, they'd listen to me, they'd follow me, and they'd vote for me. I thought about this yesterday. The Trump campaign put up a meme. They put up a meme, a picture of a nice middle-class suburban neighborhood on the left. And then on the right, same kind of sort of neighborhood, but the entire picture is full of black and brown faces on top of each other, crowded, like marauding in this simple suburban neighborhood. Why a meme like that? Simple. Because Donald Trump wants Americans to think if you don't vote for him, your neighborhood is going to be overrun with black and brown thugs, black and brown criminals. That's why Donald Trump put that meme out. To scare middle-class America, to scare regular Americans. This is what your neighborhood looked like when Donald Trump was president, nice and peaceful and beautiful. But if Kamala Harris becomes president, this is what your neighborhood will look like. Scary black faces, black criminals everywhere. It's racist. It's bigoted. It's cruel. It's ugly. It's divisive. It's fear-mongering. And sadly, it works. Most of the Republican Party base is middle-aged and older white folk. And Trump and right-wing voices on Fox News and the radio know to scare your white base, man, just show scary-ass pictures of black faces in your neighborhood. Talk about crime on the street in your neighborhood. Talk about illegal brown and black people in this country illegally coming directly to your neighborhood. Talk about that. That will scare the shit out of your voters, your white, middle-aged, and older voters. They do it on purpose. I did it way more often than I'm comfortable of acknowledging. And I've apologized often for doing it. It's a way to get votes. It's a way to get ratings. It's a way to keep a following, keep an audience, and keep a voter base. Fear. Donald Trump is trying to become president through fear. He's trying to scare us into voting for him. Again, and I say this to everybody, not just independents and center left and center right people. I say this to everybody. I say this to Trump supporters. We have to prove that we're better than what Trump thinks we are. We have to prove that fear won't work, that you can't scare us into voting for you, that you can't appeal to our worst and ugliest instincts and think we're going to join you. We're better than that. We're better than fear. I think we are. I do. I didn't always. I do. This is Joe Walsh. Thanks for listening. Joe Walsh, whiteflag@gmail.com. One word. Joe Walsh, whiteflag@gmail.com if you want to email me. Don't be afraid. Thanks for listening. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow White Flag with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been White Flag with Joe Walsh.